Hello, my sleepy stars. Are you all cozied up under your blankets? Maybe holding your softest toy or snuggling your pillow tight? Did you have a good day today? Maybe you helped someone or smiled for no reason? Whatever your day was like, now it's time to let all that go. Let's wind up for the day by listening to a story. Well, tonight I have a gentle, glowing story. One that comes with moonlight, magic trees, peaceful thoughts, and a very special person. Have you ever heard of Buddha Purnima? No? Well, get ready because tonight Mira and Aarav are going on a nighttime adventure. And you're coming along, right? Let's begin. It was a full moon night. The sky was silver and the stars were twinkling like diamonds. Mira and Aarav were staying at their grandma's house in a little village far from the city lights. The power had gone out, but instead of being scared, they were excited. "Look at the big moon," Aarav pointed. "It's like a flashlight in the sky," Mira giggled. Grandma came outside with a tray of warm milk and sat on the porch with them. "Tonight is Buddha Purnima, children," she said. "Buddha what now?" Aarav tilted his head. Grandma chuckled. "It's the birthday of someone very, very wise, Prince Siddhartha, who became the Buddha. He lived a long time ago, but his kindness still shines like this moon." Mira's eyes lit up. "Wait, there was a real prince who became the Buddha? What happened?" And so, under the bright moon and beside the flickering lantern, Grandma told them a story. A long, long time ago, in a beautiful garden full of singing birds and blooming flowers, a baby boy was born under a special tree. The sky was clear and the air was sweet with joy. This baby's name was Siddhartha Gautama. Siddhartha was born in a land called Lumbini, which is now in Nepal. His father was a wise king named Shuddhodhana, and his mother, Queen Maya, was gentle and kind. People said that this baby would grow up to be either a great king or a great teacher for the whole world. As Siddhartha grew, he lived in a shiny palace with golden walls, playful peacocks, and sparkling fountains. He had soft beds, tasty treats, and lovely toys. The king loved his son so much that the king didn't want the prince to see anything that will make him sad. So he made sure Siddhartha never saw anyone who was sick, old, or unhappy. But you know what, my little one? Curiosity lives in every heart, even in a princess. Years went by, and one day, when Siddhartha was 29 years old, he rode outside the palace gates in his chariot. And what he saw surprised him. First, he saw an old man walking with a stick. Then he saw a sick man lying on the ground. Then again he saw a quiet group of people carrying someone who had passed away. And finally, he saw a peaceful man in simple clothes walking calmly with a smile. He was saddened by the view because he had never seen anything like that inside his palace walls. "What is this? Why do people grow old, get sick, or leave this world?" Siddhartha asked his charioteer. The charioteer explained, "This is a part of life. All people go through these things." This was all new for Siddhartha. Siddhartha felt a swirl of questions in his heart. He had a pit in his stomach. He knew there was so much he didn't know. He couldn't sleep, he couldn't smile. He wanted to understand why there was so much sadness in the world and how to bring peace. So one quiet night, Siddhartha tiptoed to his wife and baby son, whispered a soft goodbye, and walked into the forest. He wore simple robes and carried a little bowl. He wasn't a prince anymore. He became a seeker, someone searching for truth. Siddhartha met many wise teachers. One taught him how to sit very still and quiet his thoughts. Another showed him how to feel as light as air. But still, Siddhartha didn't find the peace he was looking for. During this time, he met 5 fellow seekers who were also trying to find spiritual truth. These 5 men admired Siddhartha's dedication and believed he would find the answers they were all searching for. So, they decided to follow him and learn from him. Siddhartha and the 5 friends practiced very strict self-discipline. They barely ate, that is sometimes just a grain of rice a day, sat in painful postures, and lived in the forest under extreme conditions. They believed that hurting the body might free the soul and bring peace. His body grew very thin, but his heart still had questions. Eventually, he realized, hurting my body won't help me understand life. This extreme suffering isn't helping. I need balance, not punishment. He decided to stop starving himself. The 5 friends were disappointed by his decision. They thought he had given up and gone back to comfort, and they left him. Now Siddhartha accepted food, a bowl of milk and honey from a kind village girl named Sujata. Siddhartha smiled, thanked her, and felt stronger. After eating, he placed the bowl into the flowing water. And guess what? Instead of floating downstream like everything else, the bowl floated upstream. People say it was a sign that Siddhartha's path was different, that he was going against the usual way of the world. He had found the middle path, not too hard, not too soft, a balanced way of living. Surprised, he then walked to a great tree by a river, the Bodhi Tree, and made a promise. I will sit here until I find the truth. He sat quietly for many days. The wind whispered, the moon glowed, his thoughts came and went like clouds. His mind became clear like a still lake. And then, like sunlight breaking through the morning mist, his heart became clear. He understood sadness comes when we want too much. Peace comes when we let go, stay kind, and see things just as they are. And that love and truth live inside every heart. That moment under the tree, Siddhartha became the Buddha, which means the awakened one. At first, Buddha wasn't sure if people would understand what he had learned. But then he remembered the kindness of Sujata and the quiet smiles of strangers. He knew he had to try. He walked and walked from villages to forests to cities. And guess who he found? Those 5 friends who had left him. He told them everything he had discovered, and their hearts lit up too. Together, they became the first Sangha, a group of peaceful people who meditated, helped others, and shared the teachings. More and more people joined, men and women, kings and farmers, children and grandparents, all learning how to be gentle and kind. And you know what happened one day? The Buddha was walking through a village when a man came up and started shouting at him. He was angry and rude. But the Buddha stayed calm and didn't say a word. When the man finally stopped, the Buddha smiled and said, "If someone gives you a gift and you do not accept it, who does the gift belong to?" The man, confused, said, To the giver?" "Exactly," said the Buddha. "In the same way, if I do not accept your anger, it stays with you." Even little Aarav's eyes widened. "Whoa, that's clever," Grandma continued. Buddha lived a long, wise life. Even at 80 years old, he still walked from place to place, helping others. When it was time for him to say goodbye to the world, he lay down under trees with his monks around him. He smiled and said, "Everything changes. Look inside yourself. The light is already there." And with a soft breath, he became part of the sky, the wind, the stars, and the peace all around. Now back on the porch, Aarav whispered, "So he was like a teacher for the whole world?" "Exactly," Grandma said. "And that's why every year during the full moon in April or May, people celebrate Buddha Purnima." Mira asked, "How do people celebrate it?" Grandma smiled. "Well, people visit temples, light candles, sit quietly in peace, and do kind things for others. Some even free birds or fish to celebrate freedom and kindness." "Like lighting a kindness lantern inside your heart," Mira whispered. "Yes," Grandma said gently. "Just like that." The next morning, Mira and Aarav helped Grandma make sweet rice and decorate a tiny corner with flowers and candles. They even made a paper Bodhi tree and wrote kind messages on the leaves. That night, as they lay in bed, Mira asked, "Grandma, do you think we can be like the Buddha in some ways?" "Of course," Grandma whispered. "Every kind word, every gentle choice, every time you help someone, that's the Buddha shining through you." So, my little moonbeams, what can you carry from Buddha's story? Be kind even when it's hard. Breathe when you're upset. Let go of little grudges. And always look for peace even in noisy moments. You don't have to sit under a big tree for days. You can start right from your cozy bed, like right now. So, take a deep breath in and let it out slowly. Snuggle in like a peaceful panda and let your heart rest. Let's listen to a soft little Nepali rhyme before we drift into dreamland. Chandrama, hey Chandrama, golo golo Chandrama, naram rasilo ras bhar rasto, timile sumadhur geet ka, हामीलाई सुताऊ। चंद्रमा है चंद्रमा, चमके चमके चंद्रमा, माया को छोलियोडे माया बरदाई, हाम्रो निद्राली आरायो सुन्तल सपनामा।